Okay, welcome back to Mtale TV. My name is Robert Mtale and I'll be your tutor.
Now let us look at question A4. It reads, the elements X, Y, and Z have the following nuclides. X has atomic number 9 and mass number 19. Y has atomic number 11 and mass number 23. Z has atomic number 6 and mass number 12. Now, since this is a revision video, let me first identify each element before we answer the questions. X has 9 electrons. The electron arrangement is 2 7. That makes X fluorine. Y has 11 electrons. The electron arrangement is 2 8 1. That makes Y sodium. Z has 6 electrons. The electron arrangement is 2 4. That makes Z carbon. Keep these identities in mind as we go through the parts. Part A says, draw the dot and cross diagram showing outermost shells only for the compounds formed by. Part A, Part 1. X and Y. X is fluorine and Y is sodium. Now sodium has 1 electron on its outer shell, and fluorine needs 1 electron to complete its outer shell. So sodium gives its 1 outer electron to fluorine. This forms an ionic bond. The compound formed is sodium fluoride. Now let me show how to draw this diagram clearly. Draw 2 separate circles side by side. The left circle represents the sodium ion. Since it has given away its electron, its outer shell now has 8 electrons. Draw 8 dots or crosses evenly around the circle. Write a plus sign outside the circle to show it is now positively charged. Put a square bracket around the whole circle. The right circle represents the fluoride ion. Since it gained 1 electron, its outer shell now also has 8 electrons. Draw 8 dots or crosses evenly around this circle. Write a minus sign outside to show it is now negatively charged. Put a square bracket around this one too. The 2 ions sit next to each other. That is your complete dot and cross diagram for the ionic compound sodium fluoride. Part A, Part 2. X and Z. X is fluorine and Z is carbon. Carbon has 4 electrons on its outer shell and needs 4 more to be stable. Each fluorine atom has 7 electrons and needs just 1 more. So carbon shares 1 electron with each of 4 fluorine atoms. This forms covalent bonds. The compound is carbon tetrafluoride, written as CF4. Now let me explain how to draw this clearly. Draw 1 carbon atom in the center. Show 4 electrons as dots on its outer shell. Now draw 4 fluorine atoms positioned around the carbon, 1 on top, 1 below, 1 to the left, and 1 to the right. Each fluorine has 7 electrons shown as crosses on its outer shell. Between the carbon and each fluorine, there is a shared pair of electrons. 1 dot from carbon and 1 cross from fluorine overlap in the space between them. When you count all the shared pairs, carbon ends up with 8 electrons and each fluorine also ends up with 8 electrons. Everyone has a full outer shell and everyone is happy. Part B says, compare the electrical conductivity of the 2 compounds in Part A Part 1 and Part A Part 2. Sodium fluoride is an ionic compound. It can conduct electricity when it is molten or dissolved in water because it has free-moving ions that carry the electric charge. Carbon tetrafluoride is a covalent compound. It cannot conduct electricity in any state because it has no free ions and no free electrons to carry the charge. Part C says, state the location of element X on the periodic table. Write this. Element X, which is fluorine, is located in period 2 in group 7. It is a nonmetal found in the halogen group. The period tells you the number of electron shells, and fluorine has 2 shells. The group tells you the number of outer electrons, and fluorine has 7 outer electrons. That is how you confirm its position. That gives you your 7 marks for question A4.